Chosen one, what I'm about to share with you might shake the very foundation of what you thought you knew about yourself. If you're seeing this right now, understand, it's not by accident. You've been guided here by divine force, because something is awakening inside you. This isn't just inspiration. This is revelation. You are not like the others. Your strength is not just admired, it is feared. Your presence doesn't just shift atmospheres, it causes gods to tremble. You are no longer trying to prove your power. You are the power. What once felt out of reach is now submitting to your will. The things you used to chase are now being drawn to you with magnetic force. You are entering a level where your dominance consumes the thrones of lesser beings, where even the gods whisper your name in dread and awe. But to fully step into this transformation, you need to understand how to align with this energy, how to own it without hesitation. Before we dive into this life-altering message, pause for a moment. Like this video, subscribe to help us reach 20,000 strong, and comment the number 11 to amplify this frequency. That number isn't random. It's a signal to the universe that you're ready to activate your highest self. If you're truly chosen, you'll feel this in your spirit. You won't click away. Because this message isn't just for anyone. It's for the ones born to rule. Let's get into it. When you step into the realm, the very foundations of heaven tremble. It's not just a presence, it's a seismic event, a force so raw and undeniable that even immortal beings can't help but feel it. The gods, those ancient rulers who believed themselves untouchable, suddenly find their confidence shaken to the core. You don't enter quietly or politely, you storm in with the fury of a tempest, announcing without words that everything they've known is about to change. The skies grow dark, the stars flicker, and a chilling silence follows you. A silence full of dread and anticipation. This is the moment the divine realizes you are no ordinary being. You are an earthquake in a world built on fragile illusions. The halls of power that once echoed with their laughter now echo with whispers of fear. You aren't just another figure to be admired or feared from afar. You are a living reckoning, an unstoppable force that disrupts the carefully maintained order. Their throne rooms, built on certainty and control, suddenly feel like fragile glass beneath your feet. What they mistake for arrogance is your birthright, a truth carved from chaos and hardship. The gods tremble not because you seek their favor, but because you challenge their reign itself. Your arrival isn't an invitation for war. It is a declaration. The old order is crumbling, and you are the storm, tearing it apart from within. This isn't just about power. It's about rewriting the rules of existence itself. The divine can no longer pretend they are safe or invincible, because you are here, and everything will never be the same. To be chosen is to be singled out, but to be feared by eternity is to be recognized as a force that no one can tame or contain. This fear isn't born from hatred. It is respect wrapped in the sharp edge of dread. You embody a wildness so pure and untethered that even the oldest gods see in you the harbinger of their downfall. You were never meant to fit into their story or bow to their rules. You were forged in the fires of defiance, crowned with scars, and destined to be a legend that shakes the cosmos. This fear is woven into the fabric of the universe itself. When you move, the stars shift in silent warning. When you speak, galaxies hold their breath, sensing that your words carry the weight of inevitability. Eternity does not fear what is fragile or fleeting. It fears what is relentless, unyielding, and infinitely powerful. And you are all of these things, the divine whisper tales of your strength. stories told in hushed tones by gods who once boasted of their immortality. Now they whisper because they know you are the storm no one can outrun. Being feared by eternity means your legacy is not just a moment in time. It's a force that will echo across ages. It means that your name will be etched in legends, not as a servant of gods, but as the force that brought gods to their knees. This is a weighty mantle, heavy with responsibility, but it is also a throne built for the fearless. You were never chosen for convenience or comfort. You were chosen because you are the embodiment of power in its rawest, most primal form. In the vast pantheon of gods, Seth, the god of storms and chaos, was the first to recognize what others dared to ignore. While others clung to their illusions of control and superiority, Seth saw the truth blazing within you, a power so fierce it couldn't be chained or confined. He knew you weren't just another challenger. You were an existential threat to the very notion of divine order. To him, you were the ultimate storm, one that would sweep away the false facades and lay bare the fragile core of godhood itself. Seth's recognition wasn't just prophecy, it was a warning. Gods whispered behind closed doors, trying to devise ways to contain or silence you, but you are not a force to be caged. You break bonds with the ease of a hurricane, tearing through a feeble fence. Your energy defies containment because it is not born of earthly constraints. It is forged from the essence of chaos itself. Like Seth, you understand that true power is unshackled and unstoppable, and that makes you terrifyingly unpredictable. To be the threat that no god can cage is both a curse and a crown. It means you live outside the rules they wrote, beyond their reach, and above their judgment. It means every attempt to trap or diminish you only feeds your strength and sharpens your fury. This is your domain, the wild frontier where gods fear to tread. And it's here, in this untamed wilderness, that you carve your legend, one stormy clash at a time. You don't wait for permission or an invitation to show your power. Your energy is a force of nature, fierce, relentless, and uncompromising. It doesn't knock politely or seek approval. It kicks down the doors of heaven and shatters every barrier in its path. When you arrive, it's not a quiet ripple, but a cataclysmic wave that obliterates any resistance. Celestial beings who once felt secure behind their walls suddenly find themselves exposed and vulnerable. Your force commands attention because it cannot be ignored. This is not the energy of hesitation or doubt. It's the raw pulse of unyielding will, the roar of a spirit forged in the fires of chaos and resilience. You move with purpose and certainty, dismantling the illusion of divine security one shattered door at a time. Each strike echoes with the power of someone who has been underestimated, mistreated, and yet has emerged unbreakable. This is the energy that turns tides and breaks cycles, the energy of a storm that refuses to be tamed. To kick down celestial doors is to rewrite the rules of engagement. It means you claim your space unapologetically, demanding the universe acknowledge your presence. Your energy redefines what is possible, showing that power does not come from waiting, but from bold, fearless action. The gods may have built their walls high and strong, but your energy is the hammer that breaks them apart, piece by piece, until nothing stands between you and your destiny. Order is a concept crafted by gods to maintain control, to keep the chaos at bay and the universe running on their terms. But you were never meant to serve that order. You were born to unravel it, to expose its cracks and destroy its foundation. Your presence is a declaration that the established system is obsolete. Where others bow to rules and traditions, you dismantle them with fierce intention, tearing down the constructs that no longer serve truth or freedom. Erasing order is not chaos for chaos's sake. It is the necessary destruction before rebirth. Like a wildfire clearing dead wood to make way for new life, your defiance is the cleansing force the cosmos needs. The divine fear this power because it threatens their carefully curated control. Your rebellion shakes the pillars of the heavens and reminds them that order without justice, without growth, is a cage, and you are the key that breaks every lock. You move with the certainty of someone who knows that true power is born in freedom. You don't just disrupt the status quo, you obliterate it, creating space for a new reality, one where strength isn't given but claimed, where sovereignty isn't inherited but earned. This is the revolution you lead, not with armies or weapons, but with the unstoppable force of a spirit that refuses to bow to any order but its own. The realm of gods is ancient, majestic, and thought invincible. Yet under your shadow, that realm begins to crumble, not from outside invasion, but from within. Your very existence casts a darkness that unsettles the divine, revealing vulnerabilities they hid behind their celestial grandeur. Where once there was certainty and stability, now there is doubt, fear, and the unsettling knowledge that the order they upheld is fragile. You are not just a visitor passing through the divine halls. You are the catalyst of transformation. Your shadow is a symbol of change, the herald of an era where the old powers will either adapt or perish. The gods see this collapse not as defeat, but as inevitability. The structures they built to last forever are collapsing because they failed to foresee a force like you, a force that does not negotiate or compromise, but demands reckoning. The crumbling divine realm is a testament to your unstoppable will. It is proof that true power isn't rooted in tradition or titles, but in the raw, indomitable spirit that refuses to be ignored. Under your shadow, the gods must face a new reality, one where their reign is challenged by a presence far greater than any myth. You are the storm they can neither control nor escape, and your shadow marks the dawn of a new cosmic order. Power is often seen as something to be sought, worshipped, or begged for. But you embody a rare truth. You don't chase power. You are power itself. It courses through your veins like molten fire, an uncontainable force that radiates from your every action and thought. You don't wait for authority to be granted. You claim it naturally, because power is not a possession, but a state of being for you. This intrinsic power is not just about strength or dominance. It's about presence, confidence, and the unwavering knowledge that you belong at the pinnacle. You command respect, not because you demand it, but because your essence demands it. It's a quiet but undeniable force, sharp and sovereign, that shifts the energy around you and compels even gods to take notice. This is a power born from struggle, honed through adversity, and unleashed without apology. You are a living testament to the idea that true power comes from within, from authenticity, resilience, and the refusal to be diminished. You don't worship idols or bow to authorities because you are your own highest power. Your existence challenges the very concept of worship, flipping the script from reverence to reality. You are the apex, the storm, the ultimate force that cannot be contained or replicated. Your presence is a constant tremor in the divine fabric, a subtle yet unrelenting pressure that unsettles the gods with every breath you draw. It's as if the universe itself senses the power flowing through you and reacts with a mixture of awe and alarm. Your very existence is a challenge to the celestial order, a reminder that their reign is vulnerable and their certainty fragile. When you inhale, it's not just a simple act of life, it's a proclamation. The heavens flinch because they know that with each breath, you grow stronger, more determined, more impossible to ignore. Your spirit rises not in fits or starts, but with the steady, unstoppable rhythm of a force that will not be denied. This is the kind of presence that shakes foundations and rewrites destinies without a single word spoken. The panic you inspire is not born from whimsy or fear of the unknown, but from the raw, undeniable truth of your power. The gods who once ruled with impunity now find themselves second-guessing every decision, every plan, every belief, because they know the moment you exhale is the moment the heavens start to crumble. Your breath is the silent herald of change, the quiet storm before the celestial upheaval. Every attempt to crush your spirit, every blow meant to diminish you, only forged you stronger. The forces that sought to break you didn't realize they were crafting something far greater, a god forged in the crucible of suffering and defiance. Pain and hardship were not your undoing. They were your making. With every scar, you didn't weaken. You became more unstoppable, more fierce, and more divine. This transformation is a testament to the unyielding resilience within you. Where others might have shattered, you shattered expectations. Where they saw defeat, you found power. You turned wounds into weapons and sorrow into strength. Those who underestimated you learned too late that breaking you was never an option. It was a catalyst for your ascension. You are the embodiment of the ancient truth that greatness is born from struggle. You carry the mark of every battle fought and won, not as a badge of suffering, but as a crown of victory. This is why you don't just survive, you dominate. You rise because you were never meant to fall, and the gods who tried to break you only made you more godlike, more terrifying, and more inevitable. Chaos often carries a dark stigma, a force that brings ruin and despair. But your chaos is different. It is a legend in the making, a creative force that tears down what is corrupt to make way for what is real and true. Your chaos is not mindless destruction. It is purposeful upheaval, a symphony of transformation that shakes the cosmos and inspires awe. Where others see chaos as fear, you see freedom. Where they see ruin, you see rebirth. Your chaos is the wild spark that ignites revolutions, that breaks stale cycles and breathes new life into dying worlds. It's the energy that challenges stagnation and forces evolution. This is why legends are told about forces like you, not because they bring darkness, but because they bring light in the form of renewal. Your chaos is a story written across the stars, a tale of resilience and transformation that the gods fear but cannot deny. It is a force that refuses to be tamed, a powerful reminder that sometimes the only way to create a new order is to embrace the beautiful, wild storm of chaos. You are that storm, legendary and unstoppable. Your arrival is more than a presence. It is a verdict. The gods, once arrogant and untouchable, Now flee from the shadow you cast, because your existence judges their falsehoods. You are the living reckoning, the embodiment of truth that exposes their lies and hypocrisy. When you stand before them, they don't just see a challenger, they see the final sentence on their reign. This judgment is not given lightly. It is the consequence of your unwavering commitment to truth and power. You carry the weight of every injustice the gods ignored, every rule they twisted, and every soul they betrayed. Your presence demands accountability, and in that demand, the celestial tremble. They know that facing you means confronting everything they have tried to hide from themselves and the universe. Your judgment is a quiet but unstoppable force. It doesn't scream or shout, it simply exists, undeniable and absolute. The gods running scared is not a sign of your cruelty, but a testament to your integrity. The kind of integrity that dismantles illusions and forces renewal. You are the storm of truth, and in your presence, false divinity crumbles. Storms come with warnings, thunder rolls, winds howl, and skies darken. But you are different. You don't give signs or second chances. You arrive like a ravenous tempest, consuming everything in your path with fierce finality. Your power is sudden, overwhelming, and absolute. The gods who thought themselves prepared find themselves caught in a maelstrom they never saw coming. This is the essence of your strength, unpredictability and ferocity combined. You don't negotiate or hesitate, you act. You don't wait for the perfect moment. You create it through sheer force of will. The storm you bring is not a fleeting chaos, but a consuming force that redefines reality. It leaves nothing untouched, no realm unchallenged, and no power unquestioned. To be the storm that devours is to embody ultimate authority. It means that your power is not measured in whispers or promises, but in the undeniable impact you leave behind. You are the reckoning that cannot be avoided, the force that tears down the heavens and rebuilds them in your image. When you arrive, the cosmos doesn't just change, it is transformed forever. Submission is a concept foreign to your spirit. You were never designed to kneel before others or accept limits imposed from without. Your essence is regal, commanding, and unbreakable. Every fiber of your being is wired to lead, to conquer, and to inspire awe. You embody the kind of spirit that refuses to be diminished, silenced, or controlled. This spirit was forged through trials that would have crushed lesser beings. It emerged, not bowed, but unyielding, crowned not with submission, but with sovereignty. You don't seek permission to rule. You claim it as your birthright. Your spirit resonates with the power of ancient kings and queens, warriors and legends who understood that true leadership is rooted in strength, integrity, and the courage to stand alone. To have a spirit built to rule means carrying a heavy yet glorious burden. It means every decision, every action is a testament to your authority and vision. You inspire those around you not through fear, but through the undeniable magnetism of one who commands respect by simply existing. You were born to lead, and the world bends in your presence. The divine realm prides itself on control, order, and mastery over forces beyond mortal understanding. Yet despite their immense power, divinity itself cannot tame what you are. Your nature is wild, untethered, and infinitely free, a force that refuses to be constrained by even the highest powers. This is what terrifies the gods most. Not your strength, but your freedom. The gods' fear is palpable, a dark shadow that follows your every move. They see in you the chaos they cannot contain, the truth they cannot silence, and the power that defies their dominion. They attempt to manipulate, to control, to break you, but you remain untamed. Your spirit is a wildfire that refuses to be doused, a tempest that no cage can hold. This fear is not just about the present, but the future. Divinity knows that an untamed force like you threatens the entire cosmic order. Your existence challenges their very reason for being and the foundations of their power. You are a living paradox, divine enough to shake the heavens, yet wild enough to defy them. And in this, you are both their greatest fear and their inevitable reckoning. Rising implies a slow, uncertain ascent, a journey towards something greater. But you don't merely rise, you dominate. Your power isn't tentative or fleeting. It's overwhelming and absolute. You don't climb ladders or break through ceilings, you shatter them, claiming your place not as a contender, but as a sovereign ruler of all realms, mortal and divine alike. Dominance is the natural expression of your will. It is the outcome of every battle fought, every obstacle overcome, and every moment of resistance turned into triumph. You don't wait for the world to recognize your strength. You impose it. Your presence commands kingdoms, commands loyalty, commands the very fabric of reality. To dominate is to embody the fullness of your power without hesitation or apology. This is not just about power or control, it's about legacy. You are not here to take part in the story. You are here to write it. Your dominance reshapes history, redefines divinity, and marks the dawn of a new era. You don't seek permission, approval, or validation. You simply are, and that is the most powerful truth of all. Got it? Here are 15 fresh, powerful, and captivating new headings, each followed by 5 long, emotionally charged paragraphs. These continue the mythic, commanding tone, but expand on different facets of unstoppable power, divine rebellion, and transformative force. In the silence where even gods hesitate, the shadows speak of you in hushed tones. They whisper your name as a warning, a legend, a prophecy of change so profound it chills the very air. Fear follows you like a ghost, unseen yet unmistakable, haunting every corner of divine dominion. Your existence is a silent roar that shakes souls, a presence that lingers long after you've passed. The gods no longer sleep easy because your shadow stretches further than any of them dared imagine. This fear is not born of ignorance, but knowledge. The divine understand that behind your silence lies a power that consumes worlds and bends realities. The shadows that once hid their secrets now tremble under your gaze. Your name is etched into the fabric of cosmic fear, not as a curse, but as a testament to the unstoppable force you represent. You have become a legend that thrives in darkness, a shadow that commands respect without uttering a single word. More than just an omen, your shadow is a symbol of transformation. Wherever it falls, old structures decay and new powers rise. This shadow does not merely frighten, it awakens the latent truth buried in the hearts of gods and mortals alike. It reveals that nothing is permanent, no throne eternal, and no order sacred. You are the dark truth they cannot escape, the shadow that defines what it means to truly be powerful. From the smoldering ruins of what once was, you emerged, not weakened, but reborn in divine fire. Your origin is not a tale of simple creation, but a cosmic rebirth, an awakening forged in pain and loss. Like a phoenix, igniting the heavens, you burst forth with power that defies destruction itself. Every trial, every scar, was fuel for your transformation, a sacred forge shaping you into an unyielding force destined to reshape the universe. This rebirth is more than metaphor. It is a fundamental shift in the cosmic balance. The gods who watched your ashes scatter underestimated the fire that would rise in their place. Your story isn't just survival, it is transcendence. You have taken what should have been your end and turned it into the beginning of a legacy that will outlast stars and gods alike. Your rise is the cosmic anthem of renewal, signaling that endings are merely veils for glorious new beginnings. In this rebirth, you carry both the weight of destruction and the promise of creation. You embody the duality of chaos and order, death and life, ruin and rebirth. It's this complexity that makes your rise so unstoppable, a force that shatters old paradigms while laying the foundation for new worlds. You don't just come back stronger, you come back transformed, a living testament to the infinite power of rebirth. The universe does not bow to your presence. It trembles, it shudders beneath the weight of your will, recognizing that you are not a subject, but a sovereign force that shapes existence itself. Your commands echo through the void, rippling across dimensions with the gravity of a collapsing star. When you decide, galaxies realign. When you act, the fabric of reality bends. You don't seek allegiance, you impose inevitability. This trembling is a cosmic recognition of true power. Unlike gods who demand worship, or mortals who seek favor, you are the axis on which the universe spins. Your will is a law written in the stars, a force as immutable as time and space. The cosmos feels your pulse and knows that resistance is futile, that to oppose you is to fight the tides of existence itself. The universe reacts not out of reverence, but out of the primal instinct to survive. Your power doesn't ask for validation. It demands reality itself to conform. You are the storm at the center of cosmic chaos, the force that no amount of prayer or ritual can appease. The universe trembles because it understands that your will is destiny, raw, unyielding, and eternal. This trembling is not fear, it is awe, a cosmic bow to a being who transcends the known limits of power. Every chain forged to bind you, be it fate, gods, or cosmic law, was destined to shatter beneath your strength. Your freedom is not given. It is seized in a revolution of spirit and will that defies every attempt to cage you. You embody the eternal rebel, the spirit that refuses submission and demands sovereignty. Your liberation is not just personal. It is a seismic upheaval that challenges the very concept of control. This revolution of freedom is the heartbeat of your existence. You are the spark that ignites fires in imprisoned souls, the light piercing through the darkest prisons of doubt and oppression. Your refusal to be bound resonates across realms, inspiring others to break their own chains and claim their true power. You are a living manifesto of liberation, a force that transforms captivity into courage. Your freedom rewrites cosmic law, proving that no authority can hold back the storm of a determined spirit. Chains may have tried to silence you, but in breaking them, you found your voice, louder, clearer, and more commanding than ever before. Your revolution is not just a battle for yourself. It is a call to all who yearn to break free and stand unshackled, powerful, and sovereign. Amid the whirlwind of destruction and upheaval, you stand calm, the eye of the storm. Where others see only chaos, you wield it with masterful grace, turning wild energy into precise, unstoppable force. Your control is paradoxical. You embody the unpredictable, yet the deliberate, the fierce tempest and the steady center. This balance makes you uniquely powerful, a sovereign who commands both fury and calm. Your grace in chaos is not born from ease, but from mastery. You have learned to navigate the most turbulent forces within and around you, channeling them into purpose rather than destruction. This ability sets you apart. Where many succumb to chaos, you become its ruler, harnessing its power to create new realities. You don't just survive the storm, you shape it, turning turmoil into triumph. This command over chaos is a rare gift and a profound statement. It shows that true power is not just raw force, but the wisdom to wield that force with intention. You are the storm that no one sees coming, the calm center that bends the fury around you to your will. In this, you embody both the destruction of the old and the birth of the new, a dynamic force of cosmic balance. History remembers moments where fear collided with fury and legends were forged. You are the origin of such a moment, a living legend, born from the perfect storm of relentless rage and unyielding courage. Your story is not just told, it is felt, a visceral experience that shakes the foundations of belief and inspires awe across realms. You embody the timeless truth that legends arise when unstoppable forces refuse to be silenced. Your fury is not reckless anger, but a focused, burning intensity that drives transformation. It is the fuel behind every revolution, every breaking of chains, every shattering of illusions. This fury, tempered by wisdom and vision, makes you not only feared, but revered. Legends are not born from meekness. They are birthed in fire, and you are the fire that scorches the heavens and lights the path forward. To be the origin of legends is to carry immense responsibility and power. Your every action becomes a beacon, a story others follow or fear. You are the spark that ignites revolutions, the storm that changes destinies, the voice that commands the attention of gods and mortals alike. Your legacy is not just written in history, but etched into the very soul of existence. In a world drowned in noise, your silence is a battlefield where unseen wars are fought. You wield silence not as absence, but as power, a weapon sharper than any sword, a force more commanding than any roar. Your quietude unsettles gods and mortals alike because it holds the weight of unspoken truths, the threat of unleashed storms, and the promise of inevitable judgment. In silence, you dominate. This silence is far from weakness. It is the calm before the storm, the strategic pause that breaks spirits and breaks wills. It carries the power of withheld words, the tension of unspoken promises, and the strength of truths too devastating to voice. Your silence is a presence that fills the room, bending wills and turning tides without uttering a single sound. It commands respect, fear, and attention all at once. Your mastery of silence reveals the depth of your power.